everyone? Welcome to Connect with Christina. And this gentleman to my right in that pink outfit is my friend Dallin Huso with Flamingo Pools.
Hello, how's it going?
He's also your new pool guy, I'm just telling you. So tell us all about your company, please.
Ooh, yeah, where do I start? My name is Dallin, owner of Flamingo Pools. We offer swimming pool maintenance and repairs, and not sure when this episode will be released, but potentially by the time you're listening, we might also be offering remodel and new build services, so that's an exciting thing we're doing.
Congrats.
In the future, but yeah, as of now, our main focus for the last 6 years we've been in business is just the service and repair world when it comes to swimming pools, so maintaining your pool, making sure that it stays clean, clear, algae-free so you can swim in it, and then handling all the repairs and upgrades on your equipment to upgrade your swimming experience. So
I have plenty of questions, but let's start with how did you get into this?
Yeah, good question. I feel like everyone always asks that, and I feel like my story is like so generic to like the entrepreneur that starts a business. So I went to college for a semester, failed a lot of my classes, just did not enjoy it. The classroom setting was not for me. And so I knew that I wanted to do something else. I just didn't know what yet. And was also bouncing around to a couple different jobs at the time. And someone recommended that I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And not sure if you're familiar with that book or not. Okay, book. Yeah, it's a really good book. And it really just changed my whole mind and perspective on like, it just opened my mind to what was possible outside of just like going to college, getting in debt, picking a career and doing that for the rest of your life.
How we're trained.
Exactly. So yeah, it just opened up all these ideas and opportunities for me. And then the reason so that's why I decided to start a business, but pools specifically was just as simple as I've lived in Arizona my whole life. I know it's hot here. I know that it feels like every other house has a pool. So I knew that there was, plenty of work to go around.
Need.
So yeah, I learned how to clean pools, and then bought a pole, a net and a brush and started knocking doors to get clients. That's
just really cool to know that the inspiration came out of reading a book.
Yeah.
So we're going to share that book here. Did you start the company just yourself?
Yes. So starting off, it was just me. I wore all the hats in the business. Until I was obviously ready to hire my first tech. But yeah, starting off, it was just me doing everything.
Guys, I mean, come on, if you don't get inspired by this. So then now 6 years later, how many team members do you have in your trucks? Like, from that then to now? Yeah,
so a lot has happened. I don't know if we want to get into like how we've gotten to where we are now, but yeah, we're at 16 employees now. That's not all technicians. That's salespeople, management, office people, myself. We've got 6 technicians out in the field, 6 service technicians and 2 repair technicians. Most of them are in company wrapped trucks. If you see the pink wrapped trucks on the road, that's us. The goal is we've got like 2 more that we got to get wrapped still, but we've got the vehicles, got the employees, and just continue
cranking
to grow.
It.
Yeah,
it's that pink for me. I mean, you're starting to see a lot more pink.
Yeah,
right. And so I kind of actually wanted to connect with everyone who has a pink car, pink awesome. Company, and we all just stay together and help each other out.
Yeah, we got to stick together.
So you said that there were some things that happened to get here. I'm curious. So what was that? Like some challenges or?
A lot of ups and downs. I feel like running a business is just a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. You never know what's around the turn, if it's an uphill or a downhill. Luckily, obviously there's still so much to learn, but I've learned so much that I'm able to avoid some of those things that I came across in the past, but just, hiring your first employee, make sure you're hiring the right people, because that can be a nightmare if you don't know how to do that, how to scale, how to start growing properly, when to start doing that. Marketing, sales, like all those things were just, it's hard because people always talk about like, oh, where you're at now and where are you going, but like they gloss over all the hard work it took to get to where you are. So there was so many hard days, sleepless nights of growing the business, getting where I am now.
I'm so proud of that. And I think that's important to share, because you're right. They just see like, oh, he's got 16 employees, all the trucks, but you weren't there to see like the sleepless nights and the blood, tears, and sweat. So congrats to you. As far as the company itself, obviously there's a lot of pool companies, right? So why should I and my friends choose you?
That's a very good question. Other than if you really like pink, that's a great reason to go with us. No, but that's a great question because we do want to stand out. We want to be different than your average pool company. So a couple things that we do to stand out. Number one is we want to offer an experience to our customers. So like I mentioned, we have 16 employees. Not all of those are technicians. I value a lot of things more than just profitability when it comes to the business. So we've hired, people in sales, people in marketing, people in customer service, so that you're taking care of every step of the way. A lot of, not just pool companies, but just small businesses in general, you're calling someone, it's usually a technician out in the field. They can't, answer all your questions because they're not in front of a computer. We've got people, by a desk at all times. So when you are calling, you're getting a hold of someone right away. You're able to speak to someone who can handle your needs right away. We've got people in customer service, people that are trained to do, a very specific task. So I've invested a lot of time and money into just growing the business to where we can offer a great experience, not just the service, but every step of the way, from the first time they are introduced to us via marketing to the quoting process and then the job follow-up. We just want to create a great experience for our customers. We also offer a mineral treatment that actually lowers.
What's that?
Yeah, so that essentially lowers the amount of chemicals that you have to put in your pool.
Okay.
So less chlorine.
No matter what kind of pool?
Yeah. So obviously, salt or chlorine pool. It's less that you have to put in the pool, which ends up meaning less money you're spending, less you have to run your pump, which in turn saves you a lot of money in the long run. Your pump is going to last longer. It can extend the amount of time where you have to drain your pool. So there's just a lot of benefits on top of, swimming in a pool that has, less chemicals in it. I know a lot of people these days are conscious about that sort of stuff.
Right.
Just the health kind of world is blowing up. So that's a big thing that we offer as well to kind of help us stick out a bit.
And that's available now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I also hear you, obviously, we're in a BNI together.
Yep.
Shout out to our BNI integrity.
Of course.
But you'll often talk about preventative stuff, things that, consumers should really be thinking about. What are some of those things?
Yeah, and so kind of going back to what I said, that's why we've hired so many people on our team to help out with that sort of stuff. So if you call in, if you're interested in service, before signing you up, we're actually going to send someone out to the pool to do a free inspection. We do a 40-point inspection on the pool, the water, all the equipment, and we're going to look at any potential issues. Obviously, we want to talk about, okay, this is broken, this needs to be fixed right away, but like you said, also preventative things like, hey, this could break down on you, and then if it happens right after we service the pool is going to go green, and we're not going to catch it till we come back the next week. So we can save you a lot of money if we, upgrade your pump right now. You're going to save money on your utility bill right now. This small crack might not be an issue right now, but it could become a bigger issue in the future. So we're always trying to educate our customers and let them know what their options are, and obviously not push them and force them to do anything, but just make sure they're educated on what they can do.
Options.
Yeah, for sure.
And then what are some of the different things, like during summer? I know some are obvious, but like versus the winter time. Like how do you, as a homeowner, take care of those on your end? Right.
So in the summertime, a lot of people are very, they want their pumps and their filters and all of that fixed, the stuff that keeps the pool running every day, because they've got, swim parties and pool parties, and they want their pool running right away, right? And so in the summer, that's a lot of what we're doing. It's those quick fixes to make sure the pool is in running condition at all times. In the wintertime, that's where we're going to do things like draining the pool, doing an acid wash or a chlorine wash, doing a calcium, a tile blast. If you've ever seen that white line that builds up on the pool.
I don't like those.
Right, yeah. So in the wintertime, that's a good time because the pool has to be shut down for a few days because we're draining it, we're doing that, and you're not swimming anyway. So in the wintertime, we like to focus on that sort of thing, or doing all brand new equipment that might take a couple of days. So anything where your pool might have to be shut down for a few days, we like to do that in the wintertime where, we're not taking away from the customer's swimming time in the summer.
Right. Some best hacks, or maybe not. Yeah, again, I'm a new pool owner.
Okay.
I waited until my kids were older because I just had that fear.
Yeah.
And so as a homeowner with a pool, what are some of the basic things that we should be doing on our own?
Lots of things. You should, whether you're doing it yourself, or obviously I recommend having, a professional do it. You should have your pool drained at least every 2 years. If you look it up online, it'll probably tell you 3 to 5 years, but that's more of like a nationwide average. But what that doesn't take into account is living in Arizona, we have a longer swimming season, which means more stuff getting into the pool, more people swimming, more chemicals into the pool. And so the pool needs to be drained more often than a pool maybe in California or Texas or Florida. So,
gosh, how much money do you put in that when you fill that back up? But I guess it's good because if it's the water's gone, you can also check the pool for cracks or whatever.
Right, yeah. So we like to put fresh water in the pool every 2 years. That's also going to save you money in the long run because we can put less chemicals in the pool. So we definitely recommend that. My favorite thing is like upgrades, things that are going to make your swimming experience better, because there's nothing fun about telling a customer, hey, there's like this crack and you have to fix it. And we fix the filter, but it doesn't really benefit you in any way other than it's fixing the pool. But what I love is things like, hey, can we put like this LED colored light in your pool? Or,
I have that. It's
awesome,
fun.
awesome. Yeah. And then, or can we attach automation to your pool so that way you can control everything from your phone? So instead of going back to the equipment at night, trying to figure out what valve to turn, then you accidentally turn the wrong valve to turn the heater on. Then you're waiting an hour. You can be out at dinner, decide you want to get in the hot tub. All you have to do is pull your phone out, tap the on button. By the time you get home, your heater's on. If you're having a party, let's say it's 4th of July, you can make your lights red, white, and blue. We can have a flamingo party and make it pink and teal, right? So yeah, there's just so much you can do with automation that just elevates and upgrades the swimming experience. So we love to do that and just see how much more enjoyable our customers' swimming experiences after we do those sorts of jobs.
Are you adding the service or like the option to where you can heat a pool or not yet?
Yeah, we do heaters. Yeah.
You do heaters.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. I might need that. How often should we be cleaning our pool? Like when people hire you, how often are you coming?
Yeah, so we recommend that you get your pool cleaned at least once a week. Bigger pools might need more often, but my opinion is that bare minimum you want your pool cleaned once a week. A lot of people ask once wintertime hits, hey, can I go to like bi-weekly or even monthly? And there's two main reasons why we do not suggest that. Number one is putting the chemicals in the pool. We don't want to have to wait 2 weeks to put chemicals in the pool because you're having to put essentially double in to make it last for 2 weeks instead of just what you would have to do for 1 week, if that makes sense. And the other big reason is we do an equipment inspection every week when we come clean the pool, and we make sure that everything is working and we don't see any red flags, any issues. And so if we came and we caught an issue, or let's say we didn't see anything and then an issue arises the next day, if we're waiting now 2 weeks, now let's say it was your pump and now your pump's running dry and now you need a brand new pump. If we would have caught that within a week, there's a good chance we could have saved it and done a quick repair on it, versus now we waited 2 weeks, now you need a brand new pump. That's a couple $1,000s out the door. And so just being able to do that, having those eyes on the equipment every week, it's just that preventative maintenance so that we can save the customers a lot of money in the long run.
Yeah, because sometimes you think you're saving money, but really you're saving money by doing all the preventative stuff in front.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, that's like health too, because it's like you don't want to be paying for the hospital. You want to take care,
eat healthy and go to the gym every day, right?
Yeah, that's like the same thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So do you have different programs? Like if obviously we want people to use you.
Right.
What programs do you have, and how do they find out more about it, get a hold of you, all those things?
Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward. If someone's interested in service, like I said, we like to go out for completely free and do that inspection and just take a look at the pool. Depending on the size of your pool, the type of equipment you have, and the landscaping around the pool, that will kind of determine what your price is for the pool. So that's why we like to come out, so that way we don't give you a price over the phone.
The generic price.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden we get out there and we're like, oh, by the way, it's going to be this, this, and this because we didn't see this in the picture. So we want to make sure we're being upfront and giving you an accurate quote right away. So yeah, if people give us a call or contact us on our website, we'll go out there, we will do that inspection, make sure they get a completely accurate quote.
And we'll list all your information too, but is it month to month? Is it a contract?
It's month to month basis. So yeah, we take a lot of pride in our work and we're confident that we offer great service.
I like that.
And our goal is to keep you forever, but we're not going to try to lock you in for anything. Circumstances happen, you might lose your job, you might have to move, so we don't want all these issues to come up if those sorts of things happen.
That's fair.
But we're confident that if you are staying in your home and your situation is stays the same, that you'll just continue to use us month after month because of the service that we offer.
And do you have a referral program too?
Yes, so we actually are just switching it up. So right now we just started a new program. I don't know how long it's going to last or how long it'll be till this episode goes up. But we used to have like this tiered program. It was kind of confusing, so people didn't really understand it. So right now, it's pretty simple, straightforward. It's a $100 Amazon gift card for any client you get to sign up with us.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. So all of you, when you're signing up, throw me out.
Mention her name, and she'll have a lot of Amazon packages coming her way.
I thought about one thing too. I'm sure that like with pools, if it's around mature landscaping and there's a lot of leaves falling.
Yes.
Versus like a new pool with like baby bushes and trees. There's got to be a difference, right? Because it's like... That's got to be taking effect when you're doing the pricing.
So that's why we come out and take a look, because you know, someone might send us a picture looking down at the pool, but we got to look up. We got to see all the trees around it and see what might be falling into the pool, because that affects the chemicals and also the amount of time we're spending to make sure that it looks clean. So we want to be able to accurately quote that out.
And then, Dallin, with your text, like, what are some of the basic, like, things that you make sure that they implement? Like, obviously, you're looking for people that fit your brand, people that will take care of people. But what are the key things that they have to have these characteristics for them to be part of your team, and you expect that?
Right, yeah. So surprisingly, it's less about their experience in the pool industry and more about fitting with our core values.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, so we've got 6 key core values. And then we've got an awesome manager that makes sure that those are implemented and that our techs are, you know, are staying up to that standard. It's one thing to say you have core values, but you have to actually implement them. And
what are the 6?
So I'll talk about a couple that I feel like are really important when it comes to the service side of things. Biggest one is integrity, I feel like, because a lot of times our clients aren't home. And so you want to trust whoever's walking into your backyard and opening your pool gate and being backed by, you know, thousands of dollars worth of equipment, that if something, because accidents happen, right? If something breaks, we want people that are going to be up front and let us know what happened and not, you know, blame it on something else. So, and we want our customers to be confident that that's going to happen too. So we always want to make sure that we hire people with good integrity. Another big one that we push, especially with the technicians, is excellence. So whether that's communication, customer service, actually cleaning the pool, you know, just driving in a company truck, we want people that are just giving.
Yeah, because you don't want to have to call Christina now.
Exactly. So, and I intentionally use the words excellence because I don't love the word perfection, because I think that's unrealistic. We don't expect perfection out of our guys, but we do expect excellence. We expect our guys to do their best, and if there is a mistake, that they go back and fix it. And so, yeah, that's another big thing that we push. Another fun one, which sounds kind of weird when it comes to like pool cleaning, but creativity is a big thing for me. And I feel like that's just kind of thinking outside the box, trying to be a problem solver, figure things out. Obviously, that comes more into play like with me and the marketing and the branding and stuff. But yeah, whatever the...
Hence the pink, guys.
Exactly. But yeah, so we have a monthly team meeting, and every month we take one core value and kind of focus on that and talk about that a little bit, just to make sure that it's kind of staying top of mind for everybody.
Random question.
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered a dog that, like, in a backyard, and how do you handle that? Because that goes both ways. One, you don't want the dog to get out.
Right.
Because I have my Pierre, and that would devastate me.
Yes.
But on the other end, like, if it's a protective dog, you also don't want any issues. So how do you handle that? Yeah,
so we obviously it's one of the big things that we talk to customers up front about, like, do you have any dogs? Are there any issues? If they are aggressive, we want them to be locked out. Before we get there, we tell our techs that if they're feeling uncomfortable, not to enter the backyard. But it kind of comes with the job that you're most likely going to have a dog story if you are a pool technician. So yeah, I've been bit. Most of my techs at one point or another have been bit. It's not fun, but it does happen.
Right.
And yeah, we do our best to prevent it, but yeah, there are incidents.
I have a question, and this one's a little bit more somber.
Okay.
But so would some pools have the fences, right?
Yes.
And then some don't.
Yes.
So what are some of the things you do with the ones with the fence?
We hammer
what's
it
your
in.
best practice?
Right. Yeah.
that?
So you got to hammer it into the technicians to make sure that they're closing the gates. We even have them take pictures sometimes of the fence to make sure that we can see on our end that it's been closed. And it's a step of their process. So it's just as important as putting chlorine in the pool or checking the equipment or brushing the walls and steps. Like, that's one of the things that they do, is to make sure that the pool gate is closed properly before they leave. So they treat that step with as much importance or even more importance than any other step of the process.
And then is your process also like to know that there's toddlers around? Or not necessarily, but you just treat the...
We would just, any pool with a fence,
matter.
we want to treat it as if there was toddlers around.
Right. Yeah, because, obviously in Arizona, you've heard of stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah.
That'll break you as a person. So
for sure, yeah.
I'm glad you guys have steps for those things.
Yeah, no, I would definitely recommend getting a pool fence. It's just not worth
or wait
risk.
like I did. I waited until
until the kids are gone.
Because
right?
I also don't swim. Don't make fun of me. I can't swim, so then I'm like, I can't have a pool.
Yeah.
Right? That's always Kevin always laughs about that. However, really? Okay, thank you, Justin. However, if
I grew up with a pool, so I grew up
If I'm
swimming.
lit, I actually jump off the diving board and swim. Please don't ask questions about that.
I won't.
Anyway, I want to know about your why. I know that at the BNI and when my interaction with you, you're very excited. You are so passionate.
Yeah.
And I know you have a why, and I want you to share that. What is your why?
Yeah, so my why is my family and just being able to spend as much time with them as possible. So everything that I do, all the time and energy and effort and, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears, like you said, everything that I put into the business is to grow it so I have the free time to spend, you know, with family. I know a lot of business owners get stuck into this trap of growing their business and working extra hard, and obviously like there are sacrifices you have to make. You do have to put in extra hours at time, but a lot of times people lose focus on why they started that in the first place. And for a lot of people, it's similar to me. Like they had something they wanted to do with their time, something else. And so for me, that's my family, and just, you know, being able to be there, not missing out on them growing up, and having hobbies and, you know, learning and growing and turning into human beings. So
how old are they?
So I've got, well, my oldest will be 3 on Saturday, and our baby is 8 months old.
Okay. So something that I love to do when I have guests is that you know, this is a recording, and we're doing it for you, and maybe, you know, a few years later, your kids are big enough to understand what you're saying. Mm-hmm. So leave a message for them. And whether that's 3 years from now, 5, like, leave them a message.
Wow, that's really cool. I've never thought about doing this before. Luca and Nixon, let's say it's 3 years from now. I hope that I have made it to every one of your sporting events or every, you know, activity or hobby that you're a part of. I hope I'm there cheering you along, helping you out with whatever you need, and that you never feel like you can't have me as someone there to support you. So if that ever is the case, I hope also that you're able to, that we have a relationship where you can communicate that with me. But I hope as you're watching this 3 years down the road, that you can nod your head and say, yep, he was just at my game yesterday. He drove me to school. He was at my practice or whatever. So that's kind of what I would leave with them for now.
I love that. And your wife, obviously.
Yes. Lauren, 3 years from now, I hope that we continue to spend even more time together, because obviously growing a family, it is tricky to find time for each other when you're so focused on your responsibilities and raising the kids. So I hope that looking back at where we are when I'm recording this to now, that we've been able to find more time to prioritize spending more time with each other. Obviously our priorities are important and we're doing the best we can. But I hope that we can continue to grow, continue to have more love for each other, and just grow our relationship, and just continue to be on the right path that we're on right now.
There you go. I love that. And you know how in our BNI chapter you do our little commercial?
Yes.
We're going to end the show with that. So go ahead and give your Flamingo Pools.
Put me on the spot. Hey guys, I am Dallin with Flamingo Pools. We do swimming pool maintenance and repairs. So if you own a swimming pool, we want you to be able to think about your pool as a place that you can enjoy it, relax, spend time, build memories with family, with friends, with neighbors. And so we don't want you to have to worry about anything else. That's where we come into the picture to clean the pool, make sure your equipment's running good, address any repairs, do any upgrades that you need. And so that way your pool is a place, it's a paradise, it's a luxury for you to enjoy yourselves and not have to stress about the rest. So if you have any sort of pool needs, or if you don't feel like your pool is that memory building oasis right now, please give us a call at Flamingo Pools, 480-422-6013, or you can visit us online at azflamingopools.com, and we would love to help you out.
There you go. And you were looking for your new pool guy. You just found him. Dallin Huso with Flamingo Pools. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.